I never thought my life in Phoenix would end up like this. When I opened La Fiesta, my little restaurant on the edge of downtown, I thought it would be my escape, my safe place. I put everything I had into it, my time, my heart, my dreams. Then the first married Carlos. God, he was different back then. Charming, funny, always promising me the world. For a while, I believed him. But people don't really change, they just stop pretending. Carlos never kept a real job. Always chasing side hustles. At first, I didn't worry. He flipped cars, sold electronics. But soon it turned darker. Fake handbags, counterfeit watches, knockoff brands that looked real enough to fool anyone. And he made money. Lots of it. I knew it was wrong. But that money kept the lights on at La Fiesta. It kept me from drowning. So I stayed quiet. Then came Kevin. He wasn't like Carlos. He was gentle, kind, a little too honest for his own good. He'd sit at the bar, smile at me, talk about the food, the weather, anything to keep me near him. I knew he liked me. And maybe a part of me liked the attention, but Kevin saw too much. One night he asked me if I'd heard about fake designer scams in Phoenix. He said he wanted to teach people how to spot them, to protect the community. My stomach dropped. He didn't know it yet, but he was circling too close to Carlos. I told Carlos. I thought he'd brush it off, but he didn't. He's not just after the scams. He's after you, Carlos said. We'll make sure he stays quiet. And that's when I made the worst mistake of my life. I went along with his plan. The next time Kevin came in, I accused him. I raised my voice, told him to stop touching me, told everyone he was harassing me. The look on his face, the confusion, the betrayal. He tried to explain, but no one listened. He left humiliated. That night, Carlos waited for him. I'll never forget what happened in that alley. Kevin begging me, choking, gasping for air as Carlos wrapped the hose around his throat. "Julia, please," he cried. "Help me." And I froze. The truth is, I didn't help him. Carlos nearly killed him. But somehow Kevin broke free. He ran, he disappeared. And after that, it was like he never existed. No police, no reports. Just silence. Carlos told me it was over, but it wasn't. Not for me. Every time I pour a drink at La Fiesta, every time I count the money Carlos brings home, I hear Kevin's voice in my head. I see his eyes when he realized I betrayed him. People think Phoenix is just hot weather and endless sun. But to me, it's a prison. A place that burns the truth into your skin until you can't escape it. And me? I'm still here, serving food, smiling, pretending, living with a secret that'll never wash off. Because in Phoenix, I didn't just lose my innocence, I lost my soul. I moved to Denver a few months ago. Fresh start. New job in tech. Mountains, clean air, craft beer. All the things you imagine when you think Colorado. But it wasn't what I expected. I didn't know anyone. My apartment overlooked the Rockies, sure, but most nights it was just me. And endless Zoom calls. So yeah, I downloaded a dating app. Why not? That's how I met Emily. She looked normal, enough brown hair, freckles, this easy smile. Photos of her hiking, sipping coffee, all that Colorado lifestyle stuff. We matched. We chatted. She seemed fun. One night, she suggested dinner. There's this amazing bison burger place downtown. You've got to try it, she said. So I did, and honestly, it was great. She was warm, funny, hugged me like we'd known each other forever. For a second, I thought, wow, maybe this move won't be so bad after all. After dinner, she said she wanted to show me a spot up in the mountains. Best stars you'll ever see, she promised. So I got in her car, an old Subaru covered in National Park, stickers, and we drove. Higher, darker. The city lights disappeared. She played some indie folk music. Sang along. It felt normal, until it didn't. Halfway up, she looked at me and said, "You ever think how easy it would be to disappear out here? One wrong turn and no one would ever find you." I laughed nervously. Thought she was joking. but her face didn't change. We reached a clearing. She led me to this old wooden bench overlooking a valley, silver under the moonlight. It was quiet, beautiful. Then she leaned in close. You know what I love about places like this? The isolation. No one around to hear you scream. I froze. Her tone, it wasn't playful. Then, as if flipping a switch, she smiled again. Kidding, she said. But I didn't buy it. We sat, talked. She brought up true crime, Bundy, serial killers. Her eyes lit up when she asked, "What do you think makes someone snap? Trauma or just curiosity?" I shrugged, trying to keep it light. Maybe both. That's when she said it. Sometimes I wonder what it would feel like to get away with it. You know, the perfect crime. And then she pulled a knife from her boot. A small switchblade. Flicked it open with this practiced snap. I swear my blood turned to ice. She pressed it against her own skin, slowly carved a J into her thigh. For my name? Blood. Real blood. Sliding down her leg, she smiled through it. Your turn? I stumbled back. My chest tight, stomach twisting. Emily, what the hell is wrong with you? Her laugh. It wasn't the laugh from dinner. It was sharp, unhinged, echoing off the trees like something alive. I ran, didn't think. Didn't look back. Just ran until I saw lights at the bottom of the mountain. A gas station. I called the cops, told them everything. When they drove me back up, she was gone. No car, no trail, no blood, nothing. It was like she vanished. Back home I blocked her, changed my number. For weeks I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing her laugh, seeing that blood, and the scariest part, when I searched her name later, all I found was a clean LinkedIn profile. A normal girl. A normal life. But I know what I saw. I know what she did. And I can't shake the thought. If I hadn't run that night, I wouldn't be here to tell you this story. I never thought I'd end up back at my mom's house at 32. But life has a way of breaking you down. I'd just been laid off from my warehouse job in Phoenix. Some corporate bullshit, half the crew gone overnight. Rent was due. My savings? Barely enough for groceries. So I called Mom. She lived alone in that old split level in Scottsdale. The house my dad built before cancer took him 10 years ago. Her voice cracked with happiness when I told her, "Andrew, honey, come home." I could use the company. I felt safe again. Like a kid. I hugged her so tight when I arrived, my old truck rattling with boxes in the back. At first, it was good. Almost comforting. I fixed things around the house, mowed the lawn, sent out resumes that no one answered. Mom made her famous lasagna, and we'd sit together, laughing at the sitcoms I used to watch as a kid. But then the crying started, late at night, lying in my old room. I'd hear it. Soft, muffled sobs from her bedroom downstairs. "Mom, you okay?" I asked one night, knocking on her door. She opened it with a blank look. No tears, no sadness. Just confusion. "What are you talking about, Andrew?" "I'm fine. Go to bed." But I heard it again. Louder, nights later, and when I asked her in the morning, she just stirred her coffee and said, "I wasn't crying, dear. Must have been the wind." I knew she was lying. Then my shirt burned. My only decent shirt ruined, scorched across the collar like someone left the iron on too long. "Mom, did you do this?" I yelled. She blinked, scared. Why would I? Maybe the iron's broken, but I didn't believe her. Then my jeans came out with a hole in the pocket. Then the water shut off always while I was in the shower. Soap in my eyes, left standing cold and humiliated. And every time, the valve downstairs had been twisted off. "Mom!" I shouted one night, dripping water through the hallway. Her head peeked out from the kitchen. "What now, Andrew? You're doing this to me. You want me gone?" Her voice trembled. "No, honey. I love having you here." But her eyes looked guilty. The frustration built inside me day after day. No jobs, no money, no peace. and her games or lies pushed me closer to the edge, until the night I snapped, the water cut off again. I stormed downstairs, chest heaving, fists clenched. "You did it again." I roared. She dropped the iron in shock. "Andrew, calm down. You're sabotaging me." I screamed, stepping closer, too close. She reached out, maybe to calm me, maybe to lie again, and I shoved her. She stumbled, crashed into the coffee table, clutching her stomach. Her eyes gone, the look in her eyes fear, betrayal. "Mom, I didn't mean," but she was already dialing 911. "My son just hit me," she whispered through tears. The cops came fast, handcuffs, neighbors watching, and there she stood, ice packed to her stomach, begging them softly. He didn't mean it, but they took me anyway. At the station I told them everything. The crying, the sabotage, the water. She's driving me insane. I swore. The detective just leaned back, silent. Then another officer came in. "Your mother's been diagnosed with early stage Alzheimer's. Did you know that?" Alzheimer's. It hit me like a punch to the gut. The crying, old TV dramas she forgot she left on. The burnt clothes? She'd ironed them, then forget the iron was still hot. The water shut-offs, city maintenance notices she received, but forgot to tell me about. It wasn't sabotage. It was her mind slipping away, and I hit her. Now I sit here, anger management classes, probation hanging over me, flipping burgers at a dead-end job. Mom's in assisted living. She doesn't want to see me. Maybe she doesn't even remember what happened. But I do. I remember every scream, every accusation, every shove. And every time I drive past that old house, the for sale sign out front, I whisper the words I should have said that night instead of yelling. "Mom, I'm sorry. Please forgive me."